Aloha everybody and welcome to part 13 of Shadow the Hedgehog. We've made it to Iron Jungle, the first of the stage 5s.
Huh? What the? How can this be? Who are you?
Listen up, Shadow Androids. The Eggman fleet is strong, but those black creatures are a formidable adversary. I must return to the base to devise a new plan.
Shadow? Android? Am I an android too?
Fend off those gun pursuers!
I need to hurry to the doctor's base.
Destroy Eggman's airship!
Shadow, I need to get back to my base and restore order. Help me get away from these pesky gun soldiers who are on my tail.
Will do, Dr. Eggman. So yeah, folks, they're finally bringing back that plot point that was introduced in Sonic Heroes. Basically, in Sonic Heroes, if you haven't seen my playthrough, Shadow the Hedgehog was discovered in a lab by Rouge, and the character we just see here, E123 Omega. And the trio go on to fight Dr. Eggman for answers to find out why Shadow is locked up, and along the way they discover a whole bunch of Shadow androids. These duplicate robots that look exactly like Shadow, and Rouge seemed to think that Shadow might have been a robot, and that the real Shadow, the Shadow from Sonic Adventure 2, is long dead, and the person we're playing might be a robot, right? Then again, Omega likes to remind Rouge that you are aware of cloning. The original must exist somewhere. So whether the character we're playing is a robot or the original Shadow, well, we're going to find out later as this game goes on. Yes, sirree, Bob. Until then, we are introduced to a new enemy type, and that is the Shadow Androids. The Shadow Androids are probably the most annoying enemy in the game by far. If you try homing attacking the Shadow Androids, they tend to resist that attack and start jumping, and they can't get damaged by it. It's really hard to kill them that way. And so pretty much you need to have guns, and if you run out of ammo and you try using like the giant bazookas the egg pawns have, the Shadow Androids are so small that the bazooka actually ends up going above their head. And one of the things that sucks about the bazookas and the grenade launchers and all those explosive type weapons that I haven't really brought up yet, aside from like the ones that lock onto enemies, if you're just carrying a bazooka like the egg pawn has, you have to be pretty specific with your shooting. While I said earlier in part 12 that when a gun shoots people, the lock-on was perfect and I never missed, when you have a bazooka or a gun grenade launcher, you have to specifically aim where you're shooting because the grenade/rocket only goes in a straight line. And the thing is, the Shadow Androids are so small that you actually shoot above them, or if you're not specific, you'll shoot right by them. And so using bazookas on the Shadow Androids is always a pain in the ass. Like, the Shadow Androids are even smaller than the human soldiers in the gun forces, you know. So, they're a little bit annoying to fight. You better make sure you have guns, because if you have bazookas and stuff, the Shadow Androids will be a huge pain in the ass to fight. But, you know, my Gatling Gun. I love the Gatling Gun. It's so powerful, it has so much ammo, it is a menace to society. It destroys people like it's nobody's business. Why did I max out my good meter in the Dark mission? Probably because they forced you to kill Eggman's robots in order for the elevators to move. Again, I don't get this level design. They shouldn't have these segments in at all. You know? They shouldn't have boxes that get opened when you kill a certain amount of enemy. And if they are there, they should be for like the goal at hand. Like you kill all these humans to open this human box, which will open up a thing that helps with the Dark mission. Like Central City at least got that right. I'm not saying that was a good level or anything, but at least got that right. Anyway, we kill all the gun soldiers and Dr. Eggman reigns supreme once again.
I have a use for the doctor. I won't let you humans interfere with my plans.
But the hero mission's gonna be a little bit trickier.
are searching for Eggman. He's fleeing aboard his airship.
The egg balloon!
If you wish to confront him, then help me ground his vessel.
So yeah, this is the hero mission. Just like Lethal Highway's hero mission, we have to take out a ship before it gets away. If the egg balloon takes off and Dr. Eggman escapes, well then we fail a hero mission. And again, the problem with the bazookas is that they don't lock on very well, and unlike Lethal Highway and an upcoming level we'll be seeing in Part 14, when we have to destroy an enemy that's actually running away from us, they're usually in front of us and stuff, so it's not really, you know, hard to like lose them, and it's pretty easy to shoot them. But this time around, the egg balloon's in the sky for most of it, and it's always to the side of you, and you actually have to get on the rails in order to have a good shot at it, and it's a little bit tricky, I'm not gonna lie. This mission can be complete torture for some people, and it's probably gonna be the biggest pain in your ass. And as I say this, I am aware that I haven't brought up the unlockable weapons yet, and there is one particular weapon that makes these missions a joke. It makes even Lethal Highway done in like maybe 1 minute, right? But if you're doing it the traditionalist way, if you're doing it without that secret special weapon I will be talking about when I unlock them, because I'm going to talk about them when I actually unlock them gameplay-wise. Don't worry, guys. I know about the unlockable weapons. But until you get the Shadow Rifle, as it's called, these missions can be a little bit tricky. I have to shoot this thing with bazookas, and again, it's all manual aim. This thing doesn't lock on. I have to make sure Shadow's facing the right way, or the bazookas fly in the complete opposite direction. So hitting the egg balloon can be a little bit tricky. Just a little bit. Oh, by the way, this is where I show off that the bazookas are really not good for taking out the shadow androids. Again, you really need a gun because it's just not easy to do. Like, I ran out of ammo, so I pick up this bazooka, and watch me try to hit this guy. Going over him, going over him. I have to get right up close to him just to hit him with that bazooka. Again, gotta have guns for the shadow androids. Can't homing attack them. They're really annoying. Yeah, we gotta destroy that egg balloon. Or wait, maybe it's flying battery zone, according to people. Why do people think it's flying battery zone in fucking Rooftop Run and Generations? Oh yeah, flying battery zone was always a small blimp that was like the size of a fucking boat or something. Yeah, it was always that small, right? What are you talking about? It wasn't flying battery zone. It's just a blimp with Eggman's face on it. Not everything in Generations was meant to be nostalgic. Some of it was just to add flavor. But I don't know why I'm talking about Generations. I just never got why people call that fucking blimp in Generations flying battery zones in the game. No, it's not. There is nothing flying battery zone about that blimp at all. But I digress. So again, you gotta take the high routes with the hero mission because the blimp is usually always flying higher. Aiming at the blimp with the bazooka is really a pain in the ass. I mean, at least the other missions where you have to destroy something, at least they're always in front of you and not to the side of you. So, you know, I don't find this mission particularly fun, or it's kind of one of the few hard parts of the whole entire game. But again, as I said this, I know I've already said before, there is a shadow rifle you can unlock later that makes these kind of missions pretty much a joke, but, you know. If you're doing it the proper way, as I am, to show off my balls, because I'm a manly man who plays video games for the internet, then, you know, you get to see how it all works out. Oh, by the way, listen to E123 Omega's voice. This is a 4Kids voice cast, remember? He sounds pretty much identical to what he sounded like in Sonic Heroes. There's almost no difference. I like Omega's voice in this game. Does good wonders. I think it's Maddie Blaustien who does Omega in this game. So why did Sonic 06 fucking ruin that? I'm sorry. I said I wouldn't mention Sonic 06 again, but seriously? That's 4Kids voice cast too. What happened? What happened? And he was shooting at the egg balloon on these rails with the bazooka. It is really awkward stuff. I'm surprised I'm doing as well as I am. I really am. This shit is so hard to pull off. This thing almost got away from me.
Mission complete.
But yeah, that's the terrible hero mission of Iron Jungle.
You can't escape me, Doctor. I will find the truth from you.
Eggman detected. Approaching this direction.
Shadow and Omega? Why, you traitors! You two are going to stop me? Move aside!
Doctor, please, I need to know. Those androids, the ones that look like me, am I?
Yes.
What?
You and Omega are my creations. But you betray me as you stand here before me. So now, I will destroy you both, turning you into scrap metal!
Eggman, I will defeat you once and for all.
This is what you get for turning against your master.
Oh man, this boss fight is so hard. All you have to do is jump in the turret and keep shooting it and it dies. Man, what a challenge! Yeah, this is by far the easiest Egg Breaker fight. He has so many goons surrounding the arena, and yet all you have to do is jump into one of the 2 turrets lying around and just pump him full of lead, and that's pretty much it.
An android? Me? I don't believe you.
And that is Iron Jungle, ladies and gentlemen. So is Eggman telling the truth? Is Shadow an android or not? Well, we'll find out as the game progresses. But again, I love that exchange. I just love that whole. Am I? Yes. What? What? It's like he actually didn't expect that answer for some reason. Oh boy. Anyway, see you in part 14.